クワイエントス。むちゃくちゃ今日も犯して大きくなっとる。できた。
Welcome back, everyone. Had a question in the comments, and as I was attempting to provide a solution, I got an even better answer in the comments. So we're going to go over how you can curve text, and this will also help flatten text as well. So it has a few applications, and we'll be using modifier. And I've actually never used it this particular way, and it's a nice little piece of kit you can put in your technique basket. All right, so let's begin. Now I have all of these primitive shapes, so we're going to go through the basic steps that we've done before and add text to this. So we're going to switch over to Objects Process. We're going to select Model, and from here we will go up to Text Shape, or you can just hit the T key. And we will keep this simple. All right, and let's shrink that down a bit. Let's make that 8. All right, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And I'm going to set this thickness low. It won't make a huge difference, but just to keep everything the same, we're going to make this low. So we'll do a 0.1 on thickness. And what this will do, it's probably hard to see, it'll actually flatten this close to the edge of the model here. And we're actually going to set the embedded depth, we'll set it to a 1. We basically just need this text to sort of bite into or embed itself a bit into the model. Now, once we've done that, we're going to select our text shape. And this is pretty straightforward. We're just going to right click on that. We will go to Change Type, and then we're going to change the part to a modifier. And I haven't gone over modifiers. They're pretty powerful, and you can do a lot of neat little things, but I've never tried it this way. So we'll switch it over to modifier. All right, so this is effectively our modifier, and it actually hasn't really done much. So if I were to slice this, you'll see it'll look like nothing's actually happened. But with a modifier, I've never tried this before, you can color this. So if you click over here, you can basically change your color, or you can just hit the corresponding number on your AMS. So if I hit 1, it'll change it to orange. If I hit 2, it'll go to black. If I hit 3, it'll go to gray, etc. So, so let's make this gray. All right. Now, if I were to slice this, we now have flush text, and it is the color that we like. Now, within this, the reason why I was saying that it didn't really matter as much when we went to, actually I'll show you on this model. So we'll switch over to cylinder. We'll go back to text shape. I'll do the same thing, type in test. We're going to actually have that curve. Again, we'll make this an 8. We'll drop this on, and much like before, it will actually wrap around the surface as long as you have surface checked off. If you don't, it will stick out a bit, so we want surface on. And we will set this, actually I'm going to leave the thickness at 2, and the embedded depth, it won't matter too much, but let's say I set it too low. So we'll do a 0.2 up here. I know it's hard to see because the text is, but I did type in 0.2. And we will go back to the model and text shape, and we're going to make this, come on, right click. We're going to make this right click, change the type to a modifier, and I am actually going to color this. So even though this looks like it's sticking out, modifiers will only affect models. So you might think that, oh, it's sticking out too much. It really doesn't matter much as long as it's not touching the model in more than one place. And we can then just change the color. Again, we'll set this to gray. So when I go to slice this, now it's not because it was sticking out, it's because we didn't go in far enough. So if we go back to prepare, we're going to go back to the text shape, and we're going to change that 0.2, and let's set it to a 1. So if you get to a point where you actually don't see the color showing up, or if it looks like it's not showing up properly, we might just have to go a little further in with the embedded depth. All right, so we'll slice, and now we have that, and we just curve that text. All right, on to the next model. All right, so we have our sphere. Same thing, click on the model, and then go into text shape. I'll set that size to 8. We will make the same. All right, we'll drop you here. Now, let's say that you don't like it curving as much. I'm going to actually uncheck surface, so it's actually sticking out a bit. But let's say I set the embedded depth to, we'll do 10. And it's actually now going further into the sphere. And we're just going to go to, we're still in text shape. We're going to right click, change type, modifier. All right, and this is now, again, going in. We will then just change the color. I'm just going to hit 3, change it to gray, and we will slice the plate. And what's happening here, let me actually pull this down. So it is going into the model a bit, and you can shrink your embedded depth a little bit. So over here, we've only gone in a little bit. I said 10, so I was going in 10 millimeters. And you can adjust accordingly. All right, let's go to our cone, and same thing. So we click on this, go to text shapes, I'll hit T, type in test. I'll set the size back to 8 like the others. We'll drop you down. And again, right click, change type, modifier, hit OK. And just make sure you're on this and just change your color. Now there are some limitations to this. I'm changing the entire modifier to one color. So if you have, if you wanted to change the text to different colors, you may have to drop them in one letter at a time. This is sort of an all or nothing type of setup. All right, so let's slice the plate. And we didn't go in far enough, so when that happens, we're just going to go back to prepare. We will go back to text shape, change. Oh, actually, I didn't set embedded depth. So let's set this to, let's set it to 1, and slice plate. All right. So that looks like it came out fine. I am actually going to print this and see how it turns out. I'm going to lower some of these because we're going to use, we're not going to use a lot of filament, but we're going to make a whole lot of filament changes. So let's drop these down just a bit. All right. I'll drop you down. We'll drop you down. And I definitely have to drop you down because trying to print a sphere like that without supports gets messy. And same to you, cone. All right, so I will print this and I will see you on the other side. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And again, thank you.